Once again, depending on the time zone, good afternoon, good morning, and namaste from India. Before coming to straight away to the topic, the impact, I think we need to have some quick minutes on the perspective, because the today's context, the perspective means the preferences getting changed, the priorities getting shifted, and of course, this is going to lead to the buying pattern behavior change. Few of my things would be from the Indian perspective, and few would have the impact because of the various nations which are going through this pandemic. But commodities, the consumer-facing commodities, stainless steel being at a higher level of the buying pattern, the stainless steel commodities today may not be the first choice among the end consumers. Generally, stainless steel has been in the developing economies like India, has been in relation with the GDP growth. In the last couple of years in India, it was behaving like that. Now the projections are not so good, but I feel that post this exit from the lockdown and after some stabilization period, and specifically with the new announcements of supporting the economy and focusing on the infrastructure, I think that India should come back.
So I'd like to talk, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever people are, I'm not sure, but I'd like to talk for a few minutes about stainless steel and coronavirus, because there's a lot of interesting press coverage about stainless steel and coronavirus. And I think the industry has known for some time that any virus lingers on stainless steel surfaces for significant time. 60 to 72 hours is not uncommon. But I think where these references come from is a point of detectability. Like 65% of all stainless steels produced everywhere in the world comes into human contact. So this is a material that's in our homes, it's in our workplaces, it's absolutely everywhere.
And good evening, good morning, good afternoon to the fellow participants. What I'm going to do is to try and address actually the title, which was what does the future hold for stainless steel market? And I have decided to break that into two areas. One is to look at the long-term future of stainless steels, and in that sense, I'm talking about 3 to 5 years from now, and continues into the future, and then the near future, I think, which everyone is really thinking about and concerned, is this year 2020 and 2021.
Been put through a lot of hardships over the last few years. Looking back at 2018, one of the most significant events, in my view, was the input of the Section 232 by the United States Commerce Department, which put a 25% duty on imports from most countries. Immediately, our sales fell 30% and then rebounded by the end of the year. The year of 2019 had no major events, but there had been trade wars going on, making it more difficult for customers to do business due to the uncertainty of additional duties and political pressures. During this time, total imports of stainless steel into the US has reduced from 2018 to 2019. For us, it was a very tough time as we are dealing with a lot of overseas partners.
I think it's certainly going to be a challenging time, but there are equally a number of opportunities that I think will allow both the industry to recover, because I think, as Lucian said, stainless steel has grown for many, many years, and I think will continue to grow.
India had to take a very tough call between economy and the lives, because and that's the reason that the numbers which we see about India, they are so far so good, and they are reasonable numbers. So because of that, there was a huge initial turmoil because the total transportation was locked and the congestion was there, and gradually these areas are also limping back to normalcy. But yes, lots of congestion is there, so things are difficult, and not only the suppliers like Sam, the buyers like us also, we are facing it difficult to handle it, because the skewness has happened now.
Yes, thank you for the question. The supply chain issue is very significant to us. We stock a ton of metal, a lot of stocks we carry, but as we know, the customers have reduced their buys, some have delayed it. So basically, our business has shrunk, and therefore, our next goal is to have enough turns happening every year. Therefore, I have to reduce my stocking of metal. At the same time, the mills, I think right now have full capacity, but there has been some delays because of the coronavirus. I think in long term, everything will constrict a little bit. Mills will not try to overproduce.
So I think, you know, the automotive industry was shut down. I don't know how quickly the sales of automotives will start up again. But this is something, you know, which has, it moves by itself, you know, in terms of the automotive industry. So, of course, everybody was shut.